Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. Paching, we're live. Yo, bro, what's happening, Julian? Mal 2. How's everyone doing? What's happening? Kobe Walker, Landon, Yowza, good evening, good evening. Whoa. Just a second. I'm trying to find something to open my. I need something to open my kombucha. Sharpie pen will work, right? Whoa, high frequencies all the way. How's everyone doing today? West Coast, Brooke. Oh, yo, Cleveland in the house from the heart of it all. Cleveland rocks. All right, Landon Williams. I'm glad you got your shirt. Surprised it took that long to get there. Huh. Julian Maltuf in the Philippines. We got Philippines in the house, Denver. Purple Sun is in Denver. Spaceship New York from Ben Simmons. All right, let's see where everyone's on. Roll call. Smash that like button too. Jackson Hole. Been there. I used to stay out in Victor. You know where Victor is? Over the pass. On the way to Driggs. Texas, Philly. We got a worldwide American audience here. Downey up in the house. I like that. Just down the street. Ohio. Biker Benny. Kansas City. All right, Landon's in Kansas City. Tiger Champ. Just watching the haircut video. All right. Well, welcome aboard, man. The haircut stuff's been going around again. The Lad Bible just fully asked permission to put the tiger stripe one up. So we're going to get a bunch of tiger stripers here. It's Friday night. Oh, you're in upstate New York, Biker Benny. Oh, good for you. I like upstate New York. Adirondacks, upstate New York, or the Buffalo? Saratoga. Oh, you're by SPAC. Nice. I've been there, done that. Canada's in the house. Tristan's been painting all day. Good for you. I got up this morning. I had some low frequency dispute with a credit card company for a minute. You know, every now and then you got a crack. I was wrongfully charged $28. I did not appreciate the oversight. And I lost that one. I failed. And then I went up and I went surfing today. I dropped off Owl at school. Then I went surfing and I had a whole session in like 20 minutes and then it just went downhill from there. But my first 20 minutes, I scored a bunch. I got barreled, and then had a couple sick waves. And then I just kind of like came unglued. And then the waves sort of backed off. And well, you know, it was a nice day in California. That's for sure. And then I picked up the bird I went by my shop. Got a couple last odds and ends, or not the shop, the storage locker. I'm at the point of no return. And I'm not going to look back. I'm on thin ice as it is, so I might as well dance. That's right, Adrian. Don't look back, dude. Just take the rear. It's like that song, right? Take the rear view mirror off your car, dude, so you can't look back. This sounds weird, but you were my dream. You were a kid, and I saw you walking in my old neighborhood, but walking in the middle of the road. I guess no traffic, but I caught me off guard. So there you go. It sounds like it might have caught you off guard. It was epic in Texas. It was raining, but man, I got some new rain gear. Oh, you went splashing around in the puddles. Good for you, Griffin. Kitty cat corn. Kitty cat corn. And then the message has been deleted. Kitty Cat Corn was unhidden by biker Benny. Why is biker Benny wasn't down? Santa Cruz up in the house, dude. All right. We met in 2015 at the Forum in front of the Fish Show. Was it the thing with were we taping the tickets? Was it the packing tape? These things happen. Joe Shear up in the house, dude. All right, dude. Kitty Cat Corn, Biker Benny apologizes for deleting your scene. It's all good. Things happen, man. New York says hello. Hello, New York. Monterey, California. Don't let the cruise ships in. Please go tell the Monterey City Council to not let the cruise ship in. Yeah, I read about your dream, Kitty Cat Corn. We got it. It got over the plate, so we're good to go here on a Friday night. Wyoming, I like it, dude. Are we gonna see a mullet again? No, my son has the ultimate mullet going on. What's your favorite ska music? There's just ska music. Finland, nice. Julian Maltu. I would say the specials, but we're not going to do music tonight because I don't know, dude. I'm not. So I kind of wanted to do this. So I actually ran into somebody today, and I didn't think it was truly possible. I ran into somebody today who was like, so the president was impeached, so he's no longer the president. And I was like, wow, it's gotten that far. Idiocracy is in full effect. I am drinking a kombucha. Don't spoil the rise of the Skywalker, dude. But yeah, good. No spoilers on this stream. You know what? I might actually go see it just for the fun of it, just because. Why not? But so I ran into someone who was like, the president's been impeached, so he's not our president anymore. And I was like, that's insanity. I half my peers already thought he was impeached. It's so we've lived in it. It was funny because yesterday I was here. Let me close the door here. Because last night I was talking about how brain dead everybody is, and it's probably not a dangerous thing to worry about. And then I realized today when I talked to this one person who thought the president had been impeached, which meant he's not the president anymore. I was like, people might be dangerously ignorant, and that might even be the worst case scenario. Yeah, why would you put Trump in a peach, dude? He belongs in an orange. And then I kind of went down the bunny hole. And how's that, dude? I haven't been mountain biking since the surf came up and I moved. I haven't mountain biked in a month. I rode around the other day. I've been riding my cruiser around with my wife, and we've been going to the farmer's market and doing that kind of thing. But I did take the mountain bike and rip over to the new post office where I met my new Robert. And that was cool. That was an official 5-mile mountain bike ride, but it doesn't count because it was on the street, dude. It was weird. I was riding on the street. It was I was just like, how do people ride on the street? I got a whiff of car exhaust. I was like, this is horrible, dude. I don't get how those road bikers do it. It doesn't seem cool at all. So yeah, I realized talking to this person that people don't know their civics. And it's like, so, most people don't, the new generation doesn't do civics anymore. Like that's not part of your core curriculum of junior education. I mean, that's like junior high / freshman high school type stuff, like the 3 branches of government and all that kind of stuff and how it works. And So I was alarmed in the sense that isn't cool they just get in the way of the cars and create hazards. Not if you ride for real. Like I ride, I know how to stay on the shoulder and do the whole thing. We have 3 branches. Yeah. And I like the whole weird thing with them not turning over the impeachment thing to the Senate. It's pretty shady. And the Donald Trump letter to the House of Representatives was pretty straight up, dude. I don't know, man. It's pretty hard for me to understand how off course people are, except the dual thing of idiocracy plus apathy, apathetic idiocracy. I don't even believe in sheeple anymore. Like, you know how there used to be like that whole like people are sheeple. I don't think people are sheeple anymore. Like sheep have minds. Like, I think calling people sheeple is almost to give them too much credit at this point. Like, people are just straight up out of their minds, like lost. And you're blessed with the star wand. Ba-king. And Linty boy, you're blessed. People are hedonistic. It's weird, man. So I suddenly got like a lot, like at the end of the day, I'm not really that worried about any of it because, I got God and all that kind of stuff. But I did have that moment where I was like, you need to smash the like button, dude. Don't forget to top chat, tip your talker, buy some t-shirts, all that good stuff. And back that's our commercial interruption. And so there's 80 of you. We got 15 likes. Come on, man. We got to get the algorithm, dude. And who else needs to be blessed? Nancy Pelosi is a walking corpse. But did anyone catch the symbolism with she's wearing the mallet thing, dagger thing on her like lapel? How about them laughing, all the people laughing and being all like, yeah, dude, this is rad. And then like 10 minutes before, everyone's like, this is such a solemn occasion. And we prayer. I like how all the people that are about aborting babies are like, this is a solemn occasion and God and the Constitution. And the hypocrisy level is so beyond my understanding. I just don't know how we've gotten to this far as a people where we've allowed this really to be occurring. Because I see nothing more than, I don't really care about Trump. Like, who cares? Like, he's just Trump. I'm more like our people, we're watching the breakdown of our government. I mean, you could say that it's been taken over by corporations a long, long time ago. You could argue in 1913 when they did their little shady act in the middle of the night and activated the federal income tax and the Federal Reserve Bank, that was the end of it all anyhow. But we don't need to go back that far. I just, Griffin Klein, let's go. Tip your talker. Dude, that's right. Thank you, Griffin. Ka-ching and ta-ching and a cha-ching. You're knighted. And so I've been tripping out because like, I think if you truly read the Constitution, we should have invoked our Second Amendment privilege a while ago, from what I can tell. I think it's too far gone to really do anything on that level. I just bought a sword. That's probably good. I did get one of those. I did get a new machete. Probably a good idea to have some machetes handy. Yeah, those two. But so yeah, I'm in this weird thing where I'm like, look, as much as I am an anti-government type, and I know that it's a farce what's going on in the Washington. I do believe in the structure. I do believe that rule of law. You can be knighted Joe Martinez. I got to use my own shoulders in order to do it. You are knighted, high frequency tribe, knight. And I do believe in procedural issues. And you could argue maritime law and all that stuff. I get it. The whole system's predicated on a falsity of lies from Jump Street. I understand that. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying on just a practical level, what we're watching is turning what is a relatively well functioning government in the course of human history, like one of the freest, and turning it into a banana republic. And we're just sitting by watching it happen. Like that's the thing that I think troubles me the most about this all is we know we've been taken over by the military industrial corporate complex. Like that's obvious. But I don't think that we really understand that if you're truly have looked into history and you believe history, that like history has just been one bloody war to the next. One group of people savagely destroying another, except for Pax Romana. And people have forgotten about Pax Romana. And you could argue that Pax Romana is very similar to present day United States history, where the Roman Empire kept all the warring factions away with just a big buffer of territory. But Pax Romana, the 200 years of peace, man. I don't need, do kids even study these things anymore? Pax Romana. I remember Pax Romana, my Western Civ teacher really just hammering down what a gnarly concept Pax Romana was, and how fundamentally like rare that was, because you kind of go to the Pax Romana and then you into Pax Romana is basically when the Roman Empire experienced like 200 years of peace. There was like a 200 here. Let me pull up the actual Pax Romana thing for reals, man. Pax Romana. Pax Romana. Pax Romana. Okay. Yeah. I just got to make sure that, okay, with Pax Romana is a roughly 200-year-long period of Roman history, which is identified by increased sustained inner hegemonial peace and stability. Look, and that's the thing, is most people don't even know that there was like that generally, like, so there was Pax Romana, and then after that there's the Dark Ages and Inquisitions and World Wars and Napoleon, Alexander, and the Huns and the Vandals and madness, right? So I don't like, and you could definitely argue that like America's pretty much been in a state of war since its inception, but we as citizenry have enjoyed a very peaceful existence. We are free to go get on an airplane and go to a war-torn zone if we so desire, or go to another country or whatever, man, and have children and go down. I went to the Lego store at the mall tonight and got Al his Christmas present. So we get into this thing where like I'm watching you can get into the whole weird thing with the social justice warrior causes and the pedophilia and the transgender and you bring a great energy to history lessons, man. Well, I appreciate that, D. Brian. Thank you. And so you get into this thing where I want to stay in a peaceful state. I don't like the system burners, man. These system burner people are freaking me out. I think underneath the surface, like I'm not worried about it because like I've personally been saved, but I worry about it for my children. I definitely have a responsibility to be concerned about the state of affairs moving forward. And I made that video the other night about it. Like, I think this is all a giant decoy because they're increasing, electronic surveillance, electromagnetic intrusion into our spacesuits, the pharmaceutical industries. I'm not here to do like a negative thing. This really ultimately goes to a pretty positive. It's all MK Ultra brainwashing. Truth be told. Yeah, Miss Mira. That's right, Miss Mira. Store bought carrots. I bought some. I've been buying my carrots from the farmer's market, dude. The carrots I got from the farmer's market were incredible. I'm really looking forward to Sunday to go to the farmer's market again. Did you get a Christmas tree? No, we didn't get a Christmas tree. The Pax Romana and Pax Americana are almost no difference. They both used huge military advantage to keep the peace. Yeah, I like look, there's a certain aspect. You look, all right, you look at the former Yugoslavia, right? You look at what happened to the former Yugoslavia, right? You had basically coming out of World War II, a pretty heavy-handed dictator kind of kept Yugoslavia together. You can argue the same thing happened with Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein there in Iraq was keeping warring factions at peace by basically being a dictator. And I think there's a certain, I don't want to say it like this, but I think that humans are sort of like that they need a strong central command if they're not willing to be in charge of themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like me as a sovereign human being, like who accepts my own autonomy and my own authority and the responsibilities that go with them. I don't need a government for, besides like stop signs and painting stuff on the street and making sure people don't poop in the water. But I mean, like, I don't need a government, but that comes upon the freedom I enjoy due to the military industrial complex rebelizing outlier nations. You know what I mean? Like it's this weird thing, and I don't think that people really want to truly dig into the depths that it is to be a human being on this planet. Yeah, as much as I am 100% war, I have the freedom to say that because of war. You know what I mean? There's a lot of hypocrisy and oxymoronish realities of this human existence, I know full well that but then again, that's where I guess I have a responsibility, right? Like I don't just sit back and take it for granted, the freedoms I do have. That's why I do these broadcasts. That's why I was sitting here tonight and I was like, well, I don't know what I could do. And I was like, you know what? I need to talk about it. I need to like at least broadcast to 80 people and talk about what I think's going on here, because I think that I could just ignore my platform and talk about Legos and, rock and roll bands. But sometimes I think we need to get into a little bit, but I'm definitely don't believe in fear. I definitely don't believe in the fear thing because that's the number one enemy, dude. But I think if you go listen to that Kennedy speech, man, the one about secret organizations and stuff, I think again, like Kennedy laid it out, Eisenhower laid it out, and they basically said like our duty as citizens is to be fully aware of the predatory nature of cabals of human beings, and that we need these cabals of human beings at the same time. Like we need, as twisted as it is, we do need the military industrial complex in this state of humanity in order to free us from the bondages of stupid humans. You know what I mean? You look at what's going on with these nut jobs with their beekeeper suits. Look, you can watch some I don't know what it's called. Just type in displaced Syrian refugee camps. There's these, I watched it the other day. It was so trippy, dude. So up in Syria, as we speak, this very moment right now, there's roughly 10,000 women and children being held in camps that are foreign nationals, meaning they don't belong to Syria. They don't belong to Turkey. They don't belong to the Kurds. They are people from other countries that came to join whatever they're not ISIS, but they came to join the terrorist group. And it's a bunch of foreigners, man, Italians and all sorts of people. Well, in this 10,000 people up in this camp in northeast Syria, roughly 2/3 of them are children, dude. Right? So I'm watching this thing, right? And it's a bunch of children, Owl's age, dude. And I'm watching them, and all the women are in those black, gnarly burqa beekeeper suit things, whatever they're called. They don't even deserve to have a name, right? And all these women are prisoners of this, and they're all wearing black gloves and things, and all these kids are running around, and there's no education, and they're talking about like, we're going to come back and we're going to kill everybody. And I sat there for a moment, right? And I'm watching this, and I'm like, wow, those are like little children, dude. And I go, these people are so out of their minds that if you let them out of this camp, they're just going to kill people. And I was like, what do you do with all these people? And unfortunately, there's only one thing you can do with them, and it's dark. But like, so I don't know where we are. I mean, it's the chicken or the egg. Like, of course, these people are a product of the military industrial complex at the same time, like the only reason they got to be in this state of being was by these manufactured terrorist organizations that were created by Obama and John McCain and our own political entities. I mean, you look at where the Mujahideen came from. You look at where the Taliban came from. Those were United States created terrorist organizations to fight the Russians. Well, the Russians split, and now they're aimed at us, man. And so at the same time, like, we need these people to protect us from, it's the Hegelian dialectic, right? Problem, reaction, solution. Like, they created a bunch of lunatic terrorists, so we actually need them to protect us from the terrorists they've created. It's, again, I'm way off track about like what I'm about it seems that we've lost track of what's really going on in the halls of our. But you don't know where I live, so there. And it just becomes this very weird thing, and at the same time, we're watching the de-evolution of our three branches of government. And for all intents and purposes, those three branches of government. Look, I remember I was going out with this girl. And her dad and I used to rip bong hits and talk, and he was a full dude out in Pennsylvania, right? And I've always been an outspoken like wingnut. And sell any paintings lately? No, I have not. And I was buy a painting for sure. Link down below. And I remember him talking to me. He's like, the stuff you talk about. And the stuff you say publicly, if you were in another country, they would chop your arms off or kill you. And I was young. I was like 26 when this dude was telling me this. And he wasn't saying it out of malice. He was just like, dude, I don't think you know. Because I used to be a full... I used to talk a lot of smack about that. I guess in the 90s, I would have been a social justice warrior on a certain level. I mean, I think that's part of being young, dude. What do they say? If you're not a liberal when you're young, you're me, or a Democrat when you're young, you're heartless. And if you're not a conservative when you're older, you're stupid. And, so I remember this dude talking to me and being like, you don't quite understand the liberties you do have to run your mouth the way you do. And it really sunk in on me, like what he was telling me. Because this dude was a straight, like, East Coast mafia gangster, dude, like the real deal, dude. You know what I mean? And I've always kind of tripped on that perspective of I don't think we use our freedom the way we're supposed to here in the United States. And we're watching it disintegrate in front of our very eyes. I mean, you can definitely argue that Trump's a dipshit and Pelosi's a scumbag and Adam Schiff is a creepy dude and all these people are sellouts and whatever. But at the same time, I think we're watching ourselves lose our freedom just to sit around and say these guys are idiots. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're gonna wake up one day and be like, oh boy, like we're way beyond the point of no. I think we're already there personally, but I mean, look at have you seen those crazy things in China that have been being released by the Chinese government where they're bringing the dudes in who are talking smack about the traffic cops, and they're talking smack about this and that, and they're being brought up in front, and you're not allowed to talk smack about traffic cops in China, dude. You're not allowed to like talk smack. And we just freely like talk smack. And I think it's psycho. We're watching it all. Whatever. I mean, look, eventually they're gonna, whatever, dude. Nah, this isn't Bill Hayes. This isn't the perpetual swing. We're not watching the standard. Yeah, I've been following the thing my whole life. Like, the Clintons come, the Bushes come, this comes, that comes. It swings back and forth. This is different. We're watching actually them dismantling the system of government that protects us all. Like, most people don't know anything about our government, where it came from. Like, they don't know about the Magna Carta. Like, they don't know about the Magna Carta, dude. And where our thing came from. And it's like we're going backwards to an alarming rate. Pablo, get out of any city. Yeah, I wear cologne. I do. Hulk truck, dude. You're taking low hanging fruit, dude. That is, again, not what's really going on. That again is a decoy from what's really going on. Those dudes are a step below the satanic pedophile body snatchers, dude. I forget what it's called, man. Tell you the truth. I don't have any boggles, man. I did it. New World. I don't think so, Miss Mira. I think I don't. I think it's been prophesized. See, that's the thing that makes me just be like, yeah, it's all been prophesized anyhow. So I'm not that worried about it on like that level, dude. I'm not. The New World Order does not. They don't win in the end. We know the outcome of the story. The good guys win. So we can definitely sit back on the we can definitely sit back and be like, not that worried, because the good guys do win. But it really becomes down to us as personal beings. Like, if we just sit back and take it, we're not a good guy, I guess is what I'm saying. Is you can be like the whole like, oh, well, whatever, and just go about your business. But that's not really helping out your fellow person get on the right team, if you know what I mean. The back of the dollar bill has it all. Where's Al? Al's just, I don't know. You're kind of creeping me out, man. I'm gonna put you on timeout, dude. Let 1776 commence. We don't want that, man. I'm telling you, people like that. There's that whole an immoral president. On that, why haven't you stood up to Trudeau, dude? Trudeau truly is immoral. I can at least say, at least Trump's not advocating abortion. You know? Yeah, Lars, I like your idea. I ran on my first city council platform was to that our halls of government should be made with plexiglass walls. I'm with you on the there should be a live streaming cam in the Oval Office. I think that's you. I'm right there with you, man. It's I'm with you, Bob Lowe, but yeah, we don't. Why won't you, Matthew, bro? Well, it's a different kind of. I don't think he's immoral. Actually, I think he's a blowhard and an idiot. I haven't seen him do anything immoral. He isn't doing unceremonious executions like Obama had 2,400 extrajudicials killing under. I don't advocate for Trump. I always talk smack about Trump, dude. In fact, I made my whole last video about it, dude. So but you're not going to get me to say that dude's more is immoral when he's out actually trying to stop abortion. Haven't seen it yet. Well, there you go, dude. I've made so many like calling Trump out videos, dude. So, but if you're gonna call him immoral, like that's a misnomer, dude. I'll just go right there with the extrajudicial murder that Obama for 2,400 people. Obama signed a death certificate to, just because he could. So Do you think 9/11 and the Pentagon attack was just set up the start of the Taliban? Dude, the Taliban goes way before all of that. Yeah, Pippi knows the drone murders were. Obama was pure evil, dude, for sure. Oh, Melania, of course, dude. I like Melania. She looks like an ass kicker, dude. And she definitely looks like an ass kicker. Dude, we haven't had a beautiful first lady in the White House since Jackie. And I didn't even think she was that hot. Melania is definitely pretty. I definitely, and her outfits are stunning. She is well dressed. Yeah, I'll give her that, dude. You cannot deny our first lady holds is the hottest first lady on the planet, I think. Melania's a spy? Probably, dude. Oh, Obama's way more evil than George Bush ever was. George Bush was just a straight globalist minion, dude. Obama was super dark and creepy, dude. Yeah, her fashion sense is great. Let's talk about Melania's fashion sense, dude. She is. Why did Trump cheat on her? I don't know, dude. None of my business, dude. I don't care. What's your beef with? He's immoral. You're Canadian, dude. What do you care? You just stick to Trudeau, dude. You'll be fine. You guys just keep letting that dude in. Remember, you rousted me once upon a time, Matthew, bro, about talking smack about Canada. So maybe you should stay out of the United States, dude, and I'll stay out of Canada. How about that? Or we could just turn this whole broadcast into what a bunch of fuckwits Canadians are. How would you like that? Oh, you're in Canada, though. So you're the worst of the worst. So, you know, so am I, dude. So am I. Expand on it. I can hate a Canadian because I'm half Canadian, dude. My dad's from Kitchener, Ontario, dude. Can you be a Canadian American? I suppose if you got to pick a team, dude. I don't know. I don't really care. They're all just fat. See, that's what the SJW and the globalists have done, is taken over that. I'm the dude with the microphone, Matthew, bro. And until you get a Matthew microphone, you're just a guy with a keyboard. That's the difference right there. .x raids. That's right. Surrender pronto. Dude, Canadian bacon was one of the greatest movies ever. John Candy, dude. Why do most great comedians come from Canada? I don't know, dude, but they do. But you know what else Canada also gave us, which is diabolical, is Rush. I got a Star one too. Of course you do, Matthew. I know that's your job, man. Matthew, that's why I love you, bro. Is you do get my gut. That's the point. I know when I see Matthew, bro, right there, dude, I'm about to get my feathers fully ruffled. That's half the fun, dude. You gotta shake me out of my tree, dude. Rush is a great band. Rush is awful. Stop, dude. I like that. Gunner, what is it? Gunler right above that. Nah, Matthew's been around forever, dude. Island Ryland. Matthew's solid, dude. I know, dude. I used to see there's a difference between getting ruffled and kind of radical versus I was straight mean on the phone this morning to the credit card people. I was not HFT at all, dude. I fully slunk back into the no name tag reality and was a total dick. I shouldn't have been. But, you know, every now and then, dude, you got to come unglued to remember why you need to come stay glued. And, hey, Matthew, bro, that Trudeau guy, he's coming to get you. Hey, what's up, Calfolk 7? I saw Calfolk 7 this morning in the parking lot up at the beach. Boy. So, Cal, Folk 7, my first wave, when I paddled out my very first wave, I got barreled full in and out, a deep one, and then my session just went downhill from there. And I got 2 waves after that, which were good, and I should have gotten out of the water. I did my whole surfing session in 15 minutes, and then I just floated around, and the surf got lame. Drake. Yo, Cochise Jackson. Cochise. It's funny, your name just made me think of the Apache, dude. Isn't Cochise an Apache? Yeah, Cochise's stronghold, man. That dude is straight gnarly. Can fat people surf? Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah. I've been running into Calfolk 7 a bunch lately, dude. I know where he hangs out on his lunch. We're just jive talking up in here. That's right. We're just hanging out, talking smack. I like how Matthew, bro, it took him like 10 It's Immorals before I cracked. Oh, I don't like Justin either, but hey, happy Jesus birthday to you and your family. We love you despite our different opinions. Hope you get some 6-wave. Thank you, Matthew, bro. Hey, stay safe out there. And hey, if we didn't have different opinions, what would the point be, man? That's what I don't like about what's going on right nowadays. Is it once I grew up in a time when it used to be totally like rad to disagree with people. Like, in fact, that was the whole point, was to be a contrarian almost, man. Nowadays, dude, it's you got to toe the line or you're going to get like, what do they call you? Irrelevant? What's the thing? Canceled. Don't get canceled. Don't apologize either, right? That's the thing that you can't apologize either. Once you crossed them, don't apologize. The whole rebel thing. A melting pot. Dude, Tim Hortons have a good donut. What's Tim Hortons? Disagreeing is murder. I know, it's so weird the time we live in, man. Just ignore it. 2019 is almost over, dude. What's your opinion on French Canadians? Don't they want to have their own country, dude? I think they should. I think the illusion just called me. You're not fat, Cal folk. Not even slightly. You know, you want to know the truth, Cal folk? You remind me of my uncle. My Uncle Emil. You look a lot like him. It kind of trips me out a little bit. A coffee chain in Canada. His name is Cal. I just ignored has helped me so much this year. It helped me too, man. I have to admit, I ignored so much stuff and got through so much stuff. A bolette, dude. I think my son has a bolette, dude. The U.S. is more like a salad than a melting pot. We got some grapes, some tomatoes, cucumbers here and there. We all family, that's right. 6'5" and 350 pounds. You got it, dude. Evil Knievel. Dude, what happened to the time of Evil Knievel, dude? We need more Evil Knievel, man, type characters. I don't even think they'd allow Evil Knievel to be big nowadays with his red, white, and blue suit with the stars and stuff. I don't know, dude. Love you back. I've been here for a while. Antonio Garcia, you have been here for a while, man. Tune it in. Bring back the Evil Knievel helmet, dude. The whole thing. The no suspension jumps in front of Caesar's Palace. That was like when Las Vegas was like legend, dude. You know what I mean? Now it's just Sin City, dude. We need more in hockey. That's a Canadian thing. Yeah. Loved Evil's Stars and Stripes bike. That stuff was dope. America. What's with the Ferrywood? I don't know, dude. We're just ting, 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 knighting people. It's okay. And letting my freak flag fly. Going to Cali this year. I want to avoid, avoid all big cities, dude, and you're fine. Go to Big Sur, the Sierra Nevadas, go up to Humboldt. Just stay out of the big cities, man. Stay out of the Bay Area and the greater Los Angeles metro area, and California will be rad, dude. We vibing. I didn't know Evil Knievel was from Butte. Butte. I went to go see that giant hole in the ground up there in Butte. I couldn't get to it to take a look at it, man. Butte rules. Butte. Butte's a trippy place, man. Butte's pretty old school still. Butte's beautiful except for that open pit they got there. Didn't they have to like put a screen over it so the birds would stop like landing in it and dying and stuff? What's my favorite state I've been to? I've got a fondness for Oregon. I do like Oregon. I like a lot of I like Idaho too. It's pretty sick. Idaho's rad. You know what trips me out is that giant smokestack there and on past Butte on the way to Missoula, that giant smokestack, the Anaconda smokestack. That thing trips me out, dude. Is that thing still standing? I mean, what's that thing so big, dude? So crazy, dude. Yeah, I've been to Waldport. Idaho's dope. I've been to the Midwest. Bend's pretty nice, man. Colorado's rad. Yeah. Utah's pretty bitchin' too. Kook Patrol coming in solid, dude. Santa Monica, yeah, Santa Monica sucks, dude. It's part of the big city. Yeah, it's just part of the LA sprawl, dude. I want to go see some mansions there. You won't. You'll just see a bunch of like gates. Because if you go to Beverly Hills, the real mansions are on the East Coast, man. That's some blows, dude. You got it. Neil Pop, dude. You got it, dude. Yeah, they're McMansions. They're prefab mansions. They're not like those crazy mansions out in like Newport or Long Island and stuff. Or is it Newport, Rhode Island? Isn't that where all the gnarly mansions are? Yeah, estates. Studio City's where it's at. Isn't that where they filmed Planet of the Apes, man? No, yeah, it's Studio City, right? I cannot. Bunch of yuppie scumbag mofos. Lots of yachts there. You know what city tripped me out when I visited it once, and I just passed through briefly, was Portland, Maine. I remember Portland, Maine just tripping me out. It's all made of bricks. Like the whole thing's made of bricks. I think even the sidewalks and the streets, the whole thing's made of bricks, man. Laguna up in the house. Do you think prostitution should be legal? Yeah. But I think it should be unionized too. I think prostitutes should be allowed to unionize and fully get full protection under the law. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think prostitution should be legal, but I think they should also get enforcement and safety as well. You know what I mean? Because I don't think your average girl wants to go be a prostitute, dude. I think again, prostitution is just a breakdown of the family system. You know, I don't. Yeah, but it's that weird thing, man. Like, I think you bump into your average girl doing tricks out there, she would be like, "I wish I was doing something else, man." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I get it being a call girl. Like, I know a couple high-end like call girls, like that make like big money, dude. That's way different. That's different than some chick a night walker on the streets. Yeah, there's something that's again just society not taking care of its own. Like, I get it. It fulfills a purpose and a need and all that kind of stuff, but I think they deserve protection under the law, dude. And I think families need to be like promoted, like families, like And I don't mean like this family, like families and just being a scumbag family. I mean like true familyness, man. Cheating on your wife while she's pregnant is immoral and part of, I don't know, unless it's consensual. Hey man, the Europeans do it a whole different way, dude. We're pretty sexually uptight as a nation, man. Like, so I don't know, dude. The Euros have a whole different way of going about that thing with same with the Latins, man. Mistresses and all that kind of stuff is a different thing. We're pretty uptight nation, man. We think we got it all figured out, but I'd say that's probably why we have so much prostate cancer is, dude. We're puckered up, dude. You know what I mean? Like super puckered, dude. I'm not that way, dude. Connor Cuts. Somebody asks, "Are you sexually free as a bird?" That's not my jam, dude. I'm not that kind of. What does Jesus say? Yeah, adultery's out. I get it, man. Adultery's one of the big sins, dude. I get it. It's the top of the list, man. Is marriage a scam now? Yeah, well, those, but most of Europe is godless now. So why was I laughing about Cochise? I don't think I was laughing about Cochise. Cochise was gnarly, dude. I think I was laughing because that dude was straight up gnarly. Like, I don't think that people know, the original people of the Southwest America really put up a stiff resistance, man. Those dudes did not go peaceably. Yeah, I was thinking about Cochise, Cochise's stronghold. That dude wasn't playing, man. If we don't sin, then what did Jesus die for? You're not supposed to sin for the sake of sinning, dude. Like, if you sin for sinning, that's like even worse, man. In my book, I don't do religious, man. JT. When we talk about God, we're not talking about religion on this channel. No, sir. No, sirree, Bob. God doesn't equal me, man. I'm just a child of God. You like my wand, Kook Patrol? This came from some weird game that we found. Owl likes this. It's supposed to go back in the game, but it's been sitting here. I've been knighting people tonight. $5 minimum bid for a knighting. That's how we've been doing the top chats tonight. No worry, JT. It's it's one of those things, man. That's one of the big misnomers out there is people confusing religion and and God. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that. That one did come out pretty good, man. You're not a fan of God's handiwork, dude? You haven't seen a giraffe? You haven't watched those crazy bees that pollinate and then the spiders eat, then the ants eat the thing and protect it for 2 years, and then the butterflies come back out in the rains and then pollinate again, and it's a 2-year cycle. The handiwork of God is all around us, man. You ever watched a thing about the fish, whales, birds flying around? Ever seen an octopus? Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, God's handiwork's radical, man. Dude, are you kidding? Look at this microphone. How about this wand? I mean, Legos. You guys want to see Owl's Christmas present? This is what I got the bird. You know, Al loves lizards and stuff like that, and crocodiles and dinosaurs. So I went to the Lego store tonight, and I was like, I'm gonna get the birds. I got to get the birds some Legos, right, for Christmas. And I was like, what kind of Legos? Yeah, he's got the Star Wars stuff. And I found this one, dude. I was like, oh my goodness, perfect. Look at that thing, full dragon. It's pretty epic. I have to admit, I was like, oh yeah, the bird's gonna dig that thing. Yeah, only God can make get these people to engineer this stuff, man. I was pretty fired up, dude, right? I think the bird's gonna like that. It's a full articulating dragon. It's 23 inches long, man. And it's got an articulating tail with some sort of knob that articulates. And it's got some other stuff too. It looks like the eyes do something trippy, and it shoots laser beams out of it. It shoots laser beams. Pretty excited about it, man. I can't wait for him to build that thing, dude. Back to the wand, Brazil. Yeah, I hope Bird's getting fired up. That's right. He's gonna Godzilla the Lego City, right? That's okay. That's the beauty of Legos, man. How do I keep faith in a house full of atheists? I'm looking to change my living situation. Blah blah blah. How do you keep faith in a? I don't know, man. It's wherever you go, there you are, dude. So if you can't keep your faith in a house of atheists, how are you going to keep it in a house full of people in faith? You know what I mean? That's the test, right? You just got to pray more, I think. Pray more. Down syndrome people are like angels, right? Blah blah blah. Does that make sense? Like, I think that's the time to truly. It's look. It was like the thing of this last year. Yeah, like if you're not being tested in your faith and your devotion to God, then what's the point, right? Look, I'll tell you what. It's easy to stay sober in a room of Alcoholics Anonymous. Can you stay sober at a bar, though, with a bunch of drunks? Can you stay sober when you're down in Chile with 4 young Australians with mountains of cocaine and an insatiable appetite for beer? Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's that thing of it all comes down to applying it. You got to apply your Christianity. You got to apply your sobriety. You got to apply your skill set. And the only way you get to apply it is by trial by fire, baby, right? No, I'm a Christian. No, we freely talk about it here generally. I don't like I'm not here to like preach. I just share my experience, strength, and hope. And sometimes we get into it stronger than other times. And then other times we don't. It all depends. I just let God kind of talk through me whenever it's appropriate. I'm not religious. I don't believe religion's man-made. Like we already talked about that. Religion's man-made trap. You know. Do you think it's okay for Christians to smoke? That's not my job to judge your journey, dude. I personally know I wouldn't want anything to interfere with my connectivity to God. And I don't see any of the marijuana being produced nowadays as anything more than an inhibitor and a blocker. So with that said, make your own decisions. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with alcohol and whatever, you've got to, if you feel disconnected from God when you put alcohol into your body, maybe you shouldn't, dude. And the same with the weed. The weed's not natural anymore, by the way. You're going to get me on a weed rant. There you go. Okay. Coxie, I just read your first thing before the comma. Just grow your own instead of buying from the government. True that, Coxie. Normus. Coxie Normus. Excellent troll with the name, dude. You won, dude. You won, Coxie. Yeah. Yeah, weed blocks you, man. But look, it's that stuff too, is like it made me in touch on a certain level at a certain point in my life. I'm not one to say no to these things. You got to go on your own path. If your own path, I just offer an end solution or a midway point on a journey, right? I know for me personally that I don't want to ingest substances that would disconnect me from God's grace. You know what I mean? That wasn't the case 20 years ago, but I was a much more unhappy human being. I think that's the, Kurt Cobain said it best in the, I'm a negative creep when I'm stoned. I think most people think that marijuana makes them like, fun and happy. I would beg the difference, dude. I thought I was super like stony, bro, and original and this and that. I was just a stone dipshit. I mean, that's it. Like, I can speak from my own experience. I don't need to judge your journey with marijuana. I just know now, like looking back, that I spent most of it just being a stoned dipshit. Apathetic, I was not, man. I was pretty like go-getter kind of stoner guy, dude. But did it inhibit me from all sorts of things because I was too burnt out? Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. You guys, all you pot smokers know exactly what I'm talking about. You get that first thing in the first rip of the day, and you get that good hour and a half when you could do anything, dude. And after that, man, you start eating food. It's off to the couch or the nap or staring at your fingernails, man. Apathetic. So I don't know, man. Everyone do his own thing. There's most people who have never even done cocaine, unless you live down in South America, dude. Staring at your finger. I used to get those moments all the time. So I if I look back at like my stoner like heyday periods, dude, I would get a good hour and a half, and then it would be game over, dude, for the rest of the day, dude. Then it's just chasing the high the rest of the day. And you never get that clean one. So you just get the first bong hit of the day, dude. That's it. Brody Smith, that's a $20 question. Um, well, what you're not smoking weed now, you're smoking pharmaceutical plant-based substances. That's where my big beef with it is you're not smoking weed anymore. You're smoking straight pharmaceutical concoctions. They just hide it in a plant because they got this cultural acceptance of it. Like, oh, dude, it's I'm smoking pot, bro. Like, dude, I'm such a revolutionary. I'm gonna go down to my like dispensary and make sure I buy my corporate weed and give my money to the man so they can keep me in a cage, dude. This cage is so stony. I got an Xbox and some soda pops and some micro brew, dude. $20, I'll say your name. $20 or I'm deleting you, dude, right now. All right. I said I was deleting you. Bye. And any Foo Fighter stories? Just the one. I've told the Foo Fighter story before. When we walked out, when I saw Grohl come out with this cigarette, and we all went and partied with all the we went and painted the town brown outside of the show at Salem Armory, dude. Same place I saw Tool in 1993. No, 94. Maybe it was 95. Whenever Tool was doing its tour with remember the Tool thing had the spread in the beginning, and it was Maynard laying on top of that giant fat girl. You see Dave Grohl around the shores? I know he lives out here somewhere. I could see Grohl lurking. I don't know, dude. I'm still in California. I don't want to do music. We're not doing music. We did music last weekend. We did a whole music special. In fact, I'm going to get going here in a minute. Gus Bus. The Vulcan hand sign is satanic. I believe it. Surf special. Yeah, Gerard. Yeah, he's around. Gerard and I are buddies, or acquaintances, I should say. If you dig around in Gerard Butler's paparazzi photos, you'll see me standing with him in a turquoise blue turtleneck. It's when I have my cop mustache, dude. Yeah, I do enjoy interacting with my fans. What is the topic today? I don't know. We were talking about the 3 branches of government, but that was like an hour ago. Yep, I'm cutting out here. Paching. All right, don't forget. Hey, smash that like button. Links down below. Get yourself some illusion art, some t-shirts, hats, whatever. There's a PayPal link down there if you want to do that. You can do the top chat. CalFolks7 says check the links, and you can do all that kind of good stuff. You can send us Legos. We really enjoy that around here, dude. Nothing better than some surprise Legos showing up in the mail. Kook Patrol, good night. And hey, I'm actually might cut over to dude, subscribe to the Lego channel too. While you're at, I've been posting up to BitChute lately. And I'm gonna start doing the D Live too. I'm gonna get my phone dialed in here and do the D Live, because we got to expand our platforms, bro, because we don't want to get censored. Good night, all. Hey, I didn't use the name tags that effectively this morning, but I made up for it this afternoon. I met my new cashier at the Sprouts Market, dude. Kook Patrol, I went to the Sprouts finally. It was rad, dude. And I got my new cashier, Scott, down there. We had a nice long talk this evening. It was rad, dude. There's no one else around. So, yeah, I'm all about the Sprouts. Bulk buy, baby. All right, everyone, have a nice evening, and we will see you at the next live stream. And then Hamish went to bed. Maybe. Good night.